Hello YouTubers, here, and welcome to another edition of the Weekly Rant. With me today, I've got Baseballlover and TheChudude. How are you guys doing?
Hi!
Hi!
Hi. Okay, but last week we rounded off the criterion of Finif thinking the race was all over, but there was one stage we didn't get to talk about because it hadn't happened at the point, but now we can discuss it. The very final stage, I'm sure that Baseballlover would love to give a short little preview of what it was. What was it?
Okay, so it was another mountain stage, pretty hard all the way through, but the final climb wasn't too hard. So some amazing riders like Andrew Talansky used a tactic where they just went in the break. There was a huge break. It had, you got Talansky, Vandenbroek, Bardet, Yates, Van Garderen. It was stacked. And so they just went and they got minutes upon minutes and nobody wanted to react. Finally they did react, but nobody ended up getting across. Froome cracked completely, lost like 5 minutes. Contador was caught midway through. Talansky wins Dauphiné. I called it. I'm just going to say that. I called it. I said wait till Talansky wins. I might have been joking. I might not have been, but that's not the point.
I'm going to try to link the video. I'm going to try to link the video in the description, guys, because Baseballlover did call it and he did comment it on the TheChudude's video. So,
yeah, so...
It's crazy.
Hi, guys. He actually won.
But like, what made that stage possible? What made that possible? Because like, we all thought that Froome was gonna be the strongest. He's gonna catch up, and Team Sky's just gonna set the pace and nobody can attack. Well, the break one, Contador was looking really good. Nobody was gonna be able to beat him in the mountains. But some smart tactical play by the other teams made that possible. TheChudude, what do you think was like? What was the bad thing about Team Sky and Saxo Bank? Like, what were the negative sides? Like, what made this possible? Can this also be repeated in the Tour de France, you think?
I don't know. Well, it's not going to be repeated in the Tour de France, but I still don't know how Talansky and Jurgen Vandenbroek going to break like that. Like, it just doesn't happen. Like, how no one even saw them get away. Like, I don't think it was on TV coverage yet when they got away or something.
No,
like, we just wondered. Like, we just saw Talansky in the breakups. I was like shocked. Like, I did not see that one coming. I don't think anyone did. Why did they even let him go? It just sounds obscure. Like, I don't know what was going on, what was going through the team's minds, but that's what when you do these little mistakes, you pay for it. I mean, I'm still like, what? How did they get away? But surely in the Tour, you're never going to see anything like this happen because everything's just magnified even further, so I just don't see that happening. So yeah, we saw Talansky ride well, but do you really think like he can? I don't think he can really beat Froome, like Froome and Contador at the Tour riding together.
Most likely not.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
But I think that he showed good form, and I think a top 5 is possible if he can hold it.
Definitely.
Well,
yeah.
the reason he got the yellow jersey was because he was so consistent in every stage. Like, he didn't win a single stage, yet he was very consistent. He was always in top 10, minimizing his time losses on every stage. And then just that one stage,
and then on the last stage, he did what he went for it.
He got lucky because I think what I've been reading things about was like Team Saxo Bank Tinkoff, we all know, brought a B team, and none of those guys were able to help Contador. Contador was basically... He was, isolated with 100 kilometers to go, so he was forced to pace on his own. That's also part of the reason he attacked with 100 kilometers to go. And with like 80 kilometers to go, it was Froome, a teammate of Froome, Contador, and Nibali and Kelderman. Like, Nibali and Kelderman attacked away from them, but then Contador was forced to pace. So for like 70 kilometers, Contador was completely isolated, going on his own, trying to do like a Tony Martin time trial, and he just couldn't do that, and that was part of the reason they won. So I am agreeing with you, dude. This can't happen at the Tour.
No way.
Because Saxo Bank Tinkoff are going to bring their A team, or at least I hope. I don't hope that Tinkoff is going to pull any weird things and bring all, Russian guys. Like bring in even Rovny and all those guys.
If he doesn't have enough, he'll just sign more before the Tour.
Free agents, just bring him on. But
bring him on the team.
If they bring their A team, I don't think that's going to happen again. But I gotta say, consistent riding from Vandenbroek and Talansky made that happen. And if a stage like that would happen in Tour de France, it would go down as one of the biggest and most entertaining stages in Tour history. So I kind of hope that's going to happen. But another race that had the potential. Oh, what are we trying to say, TheChudude?
Oh, it was a really good effort by Contador anyway. Like, the gap was at 2.5 minutes or something, and he rode it down to like 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
40 seconds. Yeah, like...
True.
It was a good effort.
But another race that When you look at the profiles of the race, you think it has the potential to be just as big as any other Pro Tour race, such as the Criterium. I'm talking about the Tour de Suisse.
Totally doesn't.
But the caliber of the riders going there are not good enough for the race. I mean, Sagan have been dominating the sprints, doing really good. We see, like, in the mountains, Esteban Chavez just won a stage yesterday, even though we had Mollema, Kreuziger, and all these guys attacking, but they couldn't catch up to Esteban Chavez. Rui Costa boinked, Matthias Frank boinked. This stage race really lacked any interest. I gotta say, the only bright side about this tour has been Tony Martin so far. Baseballlover, why do you think a race like this doesn't like evolve into the thing it could be? Why do you think it's so disappointing for us viewers?
I think it's just because, you didn't see the big guys go there, first of all. You didn't see, Contador, Froome, Nibali. They all went to Dauphiné. Talansky, the best. They all went to Dauphiné. And then you also see guys that are not really interested in making it extremely hard. Even on the mountain stage yesterday, it wasn't that hard. There wasn't huge gaps. And it's just the route also. Up until now, how many mountaintop finishes have we had? One. It wasn't even that tough. And you can't have a whole week of sprint stages. That's just not, especially when a lot of them aren't even real sprint stages. They're like, they let the really weak sprinters get off the back, and then they just have a sprint between, Degenkolb and Sagan, and that's. It's just not been an entertaining race. You don't want to really tune in. It's not something that you can't get from another race. Some of the action, the Stairs ZLM Tour has probably been better if we could have seen it.
If they would have shown it. But I gotta say, there's actually 2 mountaintop finishes, but the other mountaintop, Sagan won in a sprint. So you can't really count that as a mountaintop finish.
Then.
Like, he won it in front of Mollema, Kreuziger, and these guys, but it's not really a mountaintop. When we talk about a mountaintop, we talk about the big Alpe d'Huez, Mount Ventoux, and all these Col de Tourmalet. Like, it has to be a steep mountain where none of the punchy riders follow, but I gotta say, like, the most entertaining stage in the Tour de Suisse for me personally was the stage where Mark Cavendish crashed. Because he crashed. I mean, crashes for me are an entertaining thing to see. I know you guys don't always agree with me. You think sometimes I can be a douche because I say crashes are a funny thing to watch at. But it's a part of the race, and crashes make underdogs win stages, and I like underdogs. And that was the stage where Sasha Madola won, and that's probably my favorite stage. What was your favorite stage so far, TheChudude?
Like the last stage when Chavez won, obviously. But, there goes my game. It crashed. But
My game crashed earlier, too.
I think that the problem with the Swiss is, other than the routes aren't as good, it's also a bit closer to the Tour. So a lot of riders want that bit of rest between Dauphiné and the Tour, whereas the Swiss drags on for a couple more days, and it's about a week longer. So I think they want the time in between for the training camps or little tune-ups before that. Like, if you imagine someone like Nibali, he didn't ride that well. Maybe he can go spend some time working on some stuff before the Tour starts. So I think that's why a lot of riders prefer the Dauphiné more than the Swiss, other than the route, which might not suit them as well. But I think the Swiss did have like those second-class rides that some of us, or cycling fanatics, would have been interested to watch, like your Rui Costas and Wiggins and all those sorts of riders, Mollema. But also another disappointment was that Betancourt didn't show up, so it kind of brings the race down a bit more. So yeah, it hasn't been great. I've struggled to even keep up with it. So
yeah, I didn't watch like 2 stages.
What do you guys think of Valverde not going to either Dauphiné or the Tour de Suisse? And he's gonna be the captain. Him or Insausti is gonna be the captain for the tour. And neither of them actually went to either of the races, I think. Insausti went to the Criterium.
Insausti went, yeah.
But he didn't do much, and Valverde didn't go at all.
It seems really strange. I don't know. They might have some problems with the team, or Valverde might be sick and they're trying to hide something. But it's really strange. It's just unnormal to see something like this, and maybe he's not even going to the Tour. Some people question right now. But Valverde, you never know, because in the modern day these times, training camps are really important. So a lot of riders see training camp as more. It's more important than going to races for a lot of guys. So you never know. Watch out for Valverde if he does go to the Tour, but it doesn't look good at the moment, certainly.
Another guy who didn't go to either tours was Marcel Kittel. And he did the same thing last year, and he's now currently at the, what's it called, the Stairs CLM, where he won a stage and has been struggling to win more stages since then, because who were the other stage victors? It was Greg Henderson
and
Phil Gilbert.
Gilbert's, that stage was a little tougher, but Henderson, Farah finished second, so I don't know. I'm just saying Farah is a little good.
What do you think about Kittle's choice? Like, he did the same thing last year, and it worked out, obviously. But what do you think of his choice of not going to the Tour de Suisse, competing against Kittel, competing against, what is his name, Cavendish and Sagan? Like, what do you think of this dude?
Well, someone like Kittel, I think you don't really need to do that much races. I mean, he would have done a lot. Oh, he would have done a bit to prepare for the Giro. I think he doesn't. He's a rider. I think he doesn't need that much preparation, and we saw his success. You can't even question his ability with the success he did last year at the Tour. I mean, even the courses, you probably don't really need to go up the high mountains as a sprinter before the Tour. You probably want to save the legs a bit more, and again, training camps and stay in tip-top condition for the Tour, because he's going to be definitely right in there to win pretty much most of the flat stages, because I really don't see anyone competing with him if he's at his best.
We also got confirmation on Tour de Suisse that Degenkolb is not going to be a sprinter to watch out for. Like, he's going to be one hell of a lead-out man, but he was nowhere. Like, I think
so he's going to lead out Kittel at the Tour?
Well, he better, because what I saw from the Tour de Suisse was not very good. He got one top 3 finish, and that was solely because of the crash. It was only because of Mark Cavendish, those guys crashing, and he avoided the crash.
No.
Wait, I'm not even sure it was him, actually. I think it was Conti Court, maybe.
Yeah, but I think that you gotta put something into that. You gotta think he peaked really hard for the Classic season, which he hasn't done any other year. So maybe he's not really on as good of a form now as he would have liked, because he went so hard in, the cobbles.
Definitely.
Well,
I think that too.
True, but I hope we see them going for Kittel, because Kittel is the strongest guy, and they should not make 2 lead-out trains. But speaking about the Sturs CLM, today's tweet of the week, or this week's tweet of the week, is from Sturs CLM. It is Adam Hansen saying, just broke a record. Lightest ever bag for a race. I'm sure I forgot something. And help us, guys, we can't figure out, is this sarcastic, or is he actually meaning this? Because we can't figure out, is the bag 8.1 kilograms heavy, or is it 0.0 kilograms too heavy? Like, this scale does not make any sense to us. What do you guys think? Do you think it's sarcasm, or do you think it's actually a heavy bag?
It's pretty confusing.
Yeah.
I thought it was sarcasm.
That's to me too.
No. It's one of those
all
things
his
I don't
tweets
even
are
know.
sarcastic, though, most of them.
Yeah.
Adam Hansen. Follow him on Twitter.
Well, guys, put in the comment section below, do you think it's sarcastic, or is it actually a heavy bag? Or maybe if you have a picture from the Star CLM where he showed his bag, then we could probably see if he even brought a bag, because if it's 0.0 kilograms, I doubt he brought a bag. So, but as you guys might have noticed with the spam on YouTube, Pro Cycling Manager 14 was released this week. And of course, we want to, we shortly grazed on the other topics, but we wanted to focus mainly on PCM this week. So, first impressions, guys, let's hear it. PCM's come out, we've had like a week to play with it now, or like half a week.
Some people have.
Some people have, other people like Baseballlover have been crying. But, TheChudude, what's your first impressions on this game? What do you think about it? Is it nicely polished, or is it still going to take some time to get ready?
I think at its full potential, I think it's going to be a really, really good game. But obviously there is a lot of bugs at the moment. It requires a lot of patching. Obviously, a lot of work from PCM daily, and then we will have the game we so desire for this year. And it's like this for every year. It comes out a game that's pretty much quote-unquote broken, where obviously, not including the rosters, there's little bugs. Like this year we have the sprinting bug, where we somehow just stop following the riders we want to follow in our sprinters, but a lot of little things, and the connection, I know for a lot of people and myself as well, isn't that great. So they might, I don't know if they can fix it. If they could, it'd be great, because I'm struggling to even finish a game online, and that's a problem, and it's a bigger problem than last year. Like I didn't have connections problems last year, so I think that's another thing. And another thing is my gold pack luck is horrible. So,
That was me last year. If you saw me play last year, I had absolutely no gold riders. I had Peter Sagan, and that was it. And my legendary was a cobblestone legendary. And the thing is, in PCM, nobody plays cobblestone stages, so I couldn't even use him. So that's me. Baseball lover, let's hear your first impressions on the game. At least you can't tell from what you've played,
Very
because I
first
know.
impressions.
I know it's not very good from what you play because the game hasn't worked for you. But you were in the 24-hour live stream. You saw gameplay. You've seen gameplay. You've watched gameplay. What do you think?
I think that it's a really, really buggy game. Intermediately, I did get a honeycomb stage up, and I played it, and the gameplay actually worked pretty well. Not everyone attacked. Somebody put in a dig, I think it was nibali, on the second to last climb, but when he was caught, he didn't just attack again, he stayed with it, and then people attacked on the, like, Froome had Sky at the front, and then he attacked, like, he didn't just kind of bail on it. And I don't know if this always happens, but the stop bug didn't happen completely. It was like they still kept racing, but they weren't really going for it. So the mountain gameplay was a little better, but there have been just so many bugs. Like, I've only played 2 online games now. Both of them have crashed. So, and it's not like it's not like an internet problem either, because I usually get internet problems. Other than that, I never had a problem connecting like Chew on PCM 13, but, you know, and they're not game, like, driver issues or anything. It's just the game itself crashing, and I don't really understand it. There are tons of bugs they need to fix, but, you know, I think that they got some of the raw gameplay changes okay. I think that if they can fix the bugs, which we don't know if they can, there is always a couple of game-breaking bugs, like the resistance stat, that they never get around to fixing. But if they can fix it, then I think this game will end up being pretty good. However, we all know Cyanide takes their breaks in August, so maybe like by September, when we have an expansion pack on daily and all the patches, there will finally be a complete game.
Let's hope so. But you guys have some very negative experiences with the game. I can speak from a more positive side because I haven't been having the same issues as you guys. The only real bug I've been having is the sprint bug, and if you've been watching me playing the game before, you have seen me rage quite hard when my guys don't want to follow my lead-out train. But more positive sides, I gotta say the mountain gameplay this year really improved. I like watching the AI race because the AI can actually go toe-to-toe with me when I'm not, like, of course when I play with Froome or Contador, I'm gonna beast them, like I'm gonna beat them so hard. But when I play with a guy like TJ van Garderen, the AI actually goes toe-to-toe with me, and that's quite fun, quite challenging. So I think they got the mountain gameplay right this year. Also, the interface looks very good. Like, I gotta say, I did some career testing with some sort of stuff, and I think they made it very user-friendly, and the tutorial is quite nice, and I think that this game has potential to be very, very good. It just needs to be overall pretty good, because of course I can say I haven't had any issues at all, but when you guys and Fires and Handsball and Marty and Common Power and Ghosty and so on have all these issues, then I can't play with anyone, and when I can't play with anyone, I don't have a good experience. So I gotta say, this game is pretty polished. They just need to fix the game-breaking bugs, as you said before, Baseball Lover. Also, let's just talk Armada. What do you guys think about the new changes? Like, they made the level changes, so you now have to go from 1 to 8 before you can use all your riders. What do you think about this, Baseball Lover?
I think it was good to make this change. It was good that they took down the levels, but I think they might have just gone a little too much. Like, to be able to have 4 wait, let me look. If you get to level 8, then you can automatically now have 4 golds, a legendary, 4 silvers. Like, I don't know. That's a little much for me. I think that if they had just lowered the levels a bit, because like in PCM 13 right now, I'm 29, level 29, and a bunch. Like, I'm almost to level 30, but I'm probably never gonna get there. And like, I can't use 4 silver guys yet. That's a little much. But on the other hand, this is going to get so inflated now in Armada because you're going to have so many guys with just so many gold riders by the time they're level 8. And by the time we're in, like, September and everybody's been playing all summer, Armada will be so inflated that gold packs won't really mean anything anymore.
What do you think, dude? What is your opinion on this matter?
Well, this is one thing Baseball Lover probably hasn't experienced as well. You level up so much more quicker. Like I played one game, seems like I think I was like level 3 straight away, so I skipped level 2 entirely from one stage. That was kind of weird. And I'm level 5 right now after playing I think 3 stages. So it's very weird the way you're leveling up so quick, and once you reach level 8, you can really just go all guns. But I think like it really comes down to pack luck. Like you can see other guys right now, same level as me, they got, you name it, like Rodriguez, all those big names, Contador, Sagan, Greipel, whereas I just have no one at all. And I don't know anyone who has worse riders than me right now who's opened the same amount of packs. Like it really doesn't work in my favor. But I think it's going to be like whoever gets the most pack luck as at the beginning, and then I think it'll pan out more at the end when everyone starts opening more packs. I think so. That could happen, but who knows? Knowing me, I'll probably get some 76 guys again.
Just buy some science. In PCM 2011, I had a theory that if you bought science and bought packs, you would automatically get like the best riders. Because all what I've seen, people buy science. They got like Froome and Contador and Rodriguez and legendaries all the time. So I made that claim. Funny enough, Oil4 actually reached out and said that's not true, failure. But that's kind of funny. So just try and buy science and see what happens. That was sarcastic, but guys, don't buy science. It ruins the game, science. Well,
I'm gonna buy 5,000 science now and buy legendary packs for days and just play against you.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. But I just said that Oil4 reached out. What do you guys think about the reach out from Cyanide? How good is their community reach out? Like, do they listen to the community so far this year? What is your experience so far, Baseball Lover? Because I've known you have issues with the game. If you would give them points from a scale from 1 to 10 on how good they are listening to the community and fixing the bugs fast enough, like how much would they give them and why?
I'd give like a 9 to Eliafer, and I'd give like a 4 to everyone else at Cyanide. I mean, like, Eliafer was in the stream, like, helping me, but, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that they've actually corrected any bugs, so...
Not yet, no.
Not yet. I think that, you know, they're a small company. We always got to give them the benefit of the doubt, but we can't always give them the benefit of the doubt, you know? You always have to give them a little, but you can't just hold them to a really low standard because of that. They have to do some things, you know? And I feel like eventually they will fix some of these bugs. They never just let every bug sit there, but they do need to work on their official DB skills because... Armada is going to be really weird with like 90 guys that have over 80 mountain now.
That's actually fun. But
at least they named Bernie Eisel Bernardo Diesel.
That's a good name. But I gotta say, speaking from a first impressions viewpoint, the fact that everyone has inflated stats is very fun. Like everyone has a chance now to play. Like Vada Poles with 79 mountain and stuff like that, or 78 mountain. It's actually quite a lot of fun because now like the feeling I think Cyanide's trying to give you is like you have control over everything. You might have crabby riders, but they're still good enough to dominate other crabby riders. Like, what do you think, Chu? What do you think about these inflated stats? What's your opinion on them?
I don't know. It seems like they followed in the footstep of the French Focus starter base at the end of last year. So where everyone has really, really high stats, and it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. But we saw the bad thing is like at the very top, you can get everyone who's really close. Like Rodriguez has like the same mountain as, it's pretty close to Quintana, Froome, and Contador, which I don't think so is correct. But I think that obviously there's still a lot of stats that aren't correct. I mean, I just saw Port and Girons have the same hill stat, and that's certainly not true. But there's definitely a lot of things that need to be fixed in terms of stats, and I don't know, is the resistance stat working? I hope it is.
It is.
It is.
Kintaro's
there have actually been tests.
By
Kintaro's, yeah. He did like test. He gave every rider 70s except for resistance, and then dotted them. And the guy who had high resistance lost his yellow a lot slower.
Mm-hmm. But
I want to know if they are going to keep this trend going, if PCM Daily are going to keep this trend, when they release their next database, I don't know if they're going to be having it like 84 as well, or they might just tone it back down. But that's one thing I'm looking forward to.
They always use the stats from the last DB. So like the 2014 spring update, they'll just take those and edit them.
True, but fun fact actually, you're saying that the French database stats were the same. I know why. Because the guys doing the French database and the guys doing the official database are almost identical. They're almost the same guys working on it. Like, I asked Olafur about this, like, how do they get their stats? Do they have, like, a stats division at Cyanide? No, they don't. They have, like, one guy working together with the community at French, or PCM France.
That's not a good idea.
So,
look at AG2R stats.
Uh-huh.
Jean-Christophe Perrault, 81 Mountain.
They are infected, so that's how they make the stats. They sit down, talk together with some of the community members, at least the ones that speak French, so they don't have any communication issues. They sit down, they talk together, and that's how they figure out the stats that way. Might not be the best, but that's how they do it, and that's how they do it as well. But I gotta say, speaking about PCM Daily, okay, Baseball, if I asked you to give Cyanide a 1 to 10 scale on how good they're doing, TheChudude, 1 to 10 scale on how lazy they are releasing this PCM real name database. Just before we started recording this, I checked last year's PCM real name database, and they got 20,000 downloads. What do you think? Are they just lazy, or what are they doing? Like, 1 to 10 scale on how good they are.
Oh, how lazy they are, 10
Yeah.
out of 10, because this is one thing, I don't think it's that hard to fix. Like, it can't be that hard. Just getting real names on end of jerseys. Like,
No, because that's not what the DB is. The DB isn't just real names and the jerseys. It's real names, the jerseys, the stats, and all the features that were in the 2014 DB for PCM 13.
yeah, but it can't be that hard. Like, you already have like a template of it from last year, and I'm sure they could.
CDB.
I'm sure they could.
Okay, would you explain what that is? For those of us who don't know database making, what is a CDB?
The CDB is like the actual database. You can open it in a fast editor. It's got like a lot of different tabs of information. And every year, like I know this, they're not going to be huge changes, but there are changes. Like when I looked at, if you look at a 2009 DB in fast editor and then a PCM 13 DB in fast editor, there's like so many different tabs that I had to ask Luigi on daily to just convert it for me, and it's taking him like a month, and he's like the best DB editor that daily has ever seen. He's like the king of it. And
Crazy.
It's because there's just so many different information that is transmitted in so many different ways. And I mean, I don't think that Daily's being lazy, but if they don't have it up by the end of like June, then they're getting lazy. That's
By the end of
something.
June? Are
But
you kidding me? They should have had it out like the day after release. I'm
you
sorry.
cannot
Yeah.
expect that. I mean, I could not, like, you couldn't do that. You can't expect them to.
Do you know how much they're missing out on? This is marketing for their website. They must
I
know.
do not think so. I do not think that they're missing anything. I think that people are going to download that because they don't want to play with these crappy stats anyway.
No, but listen to me. Alright, so all us YouTubers know that these 2 months, or this month and the next upcoming months, are like the 2 most important months. You have to do good. If you don't do good here, you're gonna suck for the rest of the season, and that's why you hear Hans Paul cry every time we have a live stream or video with him, because his videos aren't exploding as much. Daily, they must realize this as well. This is their 2 months to really make an impact with newcomers. They want newcomers to stick to the site. If they would make, I'm not saying they should do this, but I'm saying this would be a really smart business plan. But if they charge $1 to $2 for every guy
No.
downloading the database,
They would never do that.
But that would be a really smart business plan. But if they did that, they would have so many guys like making, they would make money and so many guys downloading it, and they gotta have this database out like 1 or 2 days after release. You just have to. You're forced to. There's a reason we're getting our videos out like the day of release as fast as possible. There's a reason we spam videos. We want to get big. PCM Daily has the same intention. They want to be the biggest forum. If you really want to be the biggest forum, you have to be fast. You have to be getting your things out. Now people are waiting. Now people are going to be using the PCM Focus database. They're going to be using the CM Italy database. They might not
Those
be.
are not real databases, though. That's the difference. They're just real name databases. They don't even... I talked to VCDM. He said he got the Italy one. It doesn't even fix the BMC shirt.
I know. I've seen that one as well. But people don't know that. Common people like me don't know that. Like, you know it, okay, but you are also integrated pretty hardly on daily. They don't know that. They just see real name database. Oh, why is there's no difference between PCM Daily real name database and Italy real name database. I'll just use the Italy one because they both have the real name database in the name of it. they don't state any differences in the title and the name, so common people won't know. Okay, I want to hear Chudude's opinion on this. Which side do you back?
I really think they should be working quicker, obviously, because everyone wants to start the career mode because they want to start a career mode that they can obviously play for a long time, and they want one with the right names and right jerseys, right what's it called?
Stats.
Right stats as well. So I think that's one of the things, and this means career mode is pretty much useless from right now until they get it right, and this is one thing that it's really important for everyone. Everyone wants to play career mode. It's probably the most popular series on YouTube going around, and if we can't get that going correctly, it's definitely a big loss. But obviously, I think we all want them to work quicker. But there's obviously a certain amount of speed they can work at. But you'd think they'd be more prepared for it because it's the game release. But I don't know. Like maybe they can work with Cyanide to get like details on how the database works. They can prepare in advance for it, because really I'm sure Cyanide don't mind, because without PCM Daily and all these forums, this game wouldn't run. So I'm surprised they haven't actually reached out to Cyanide and try to get details of it earlier and get these databases out earlier. So that's what I really think, and I really think they should really partner up with them and try build the best game possible.
What's your closing arguments, Baseball Lover? Closing arguments before we end the stage.
Closing arguments is that PCM 14 is bugged anyway. No, you shouldn't play it, because if I can't play it right, then you shouldn't be able to play it right. Thank you. Have a nice day. And Talansky is amazing. But, and Farah, twice second.
I want to add on what TheChudude said before. He gave me a really good idea. Cyanide should reach out to Daily, and I know that they can't be officially, they can't officially put the names down, even though Daily changed his name in the database, and it's really smart by them, Cyanide can't do that. They can't officially endorse a database with the names on it, with the real name databases. That's against the law. But if they would, unofficially do it behind the scenes, or, make the databases, a month in advance with them, get one guy that would work with the Daily crew, and just have the real name databases ready at the day of release. A really, really smart idea, Chudude, and, I'll tell Isle for that to see if he can do that. But, guys, thank you guys for watching this episode of the Weekly Rant. If you have the game, we want to hear your first impressions as well with the tweet of the week. We want to hear, is it a heavy bag or is it a light bag? Plus, we want to hear your impressions on the game so far. Have you been happy with what you bought? And please go check out Baseball Lover's channel and TheChudude's channel. They both produce Baseball Lover haven't produced anything yet because you haven't had the game, I'm sorry. But he does PCM 11 gameplay. You should go watch that out. TheChudude has put up a bunch of good things. If you want to know how to sprint, go to his channel because he has a pretty good sprint tutorial on there. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys later.